If you're listening to this, you're probably the kind of person who loves to really get under the skin of different cultures, and I think you're going to love this deep dive. We're heading to Bali in 2025 to experience Eid. And what makes this so fascinating is that Bali is this predominantly Hindu island, but with a really significant Muslim community.
Yeah, this amazing blend of cultures and traditions leaving together really harmoniously.
And we're going to be focusing on the two main Eid holidays, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. By the end of this, you'll have a really clear idea of what to expect and how to experience these celebrations respectfully and within Bali's very unique context.
Sounds good. So let's start with Eid al-Fitr, which should fall around March 31st, 2025.
Okay.
You might also hear it called Lebaran or Eid al-Fitr locally.
Right.
And it marks the end of Ramadan, so that month of fasting and spiritual reflection.
Of course.
It's a time of huge joy, gratitude, families reuniting, communal feasts, and forgiveness.
Yeah, forgiveness is a big part of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, it's important to remember that the actual date depends on the sighting of the new moon.
Right, it's lunar.
Exactly. So a little bit of flexibility is always a good idea.
Good advice. So let's say it's the morning of Eid al-Fitr. What are we likely to see happening?
Well, one of the first things you'll notice is the special congregational prayers, Salat al-Eid. They're held in mosques and sometimes even in open spaces.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful expression of community, and even as a non-Muslim, observing these prayers respectfully can be a really powerful experience.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Another thing you'll see is a lot of travel.
Oh, right, I've heard about this.
It's called mudik, or pulang kampung. People head back to their hometowns to celebrate with their families. So that's something to be mindful of if you're planning a trip around that time. You know, flights and accommodation will be in high demand.
Yeah, definitely something to book in advance.
Hmm.
Okay, let's talk about the food, because it sounds amazing. What are some of the must-try dishes?
Oh, the food is incredible. One of the iconic dishes is ketupat, little pouches of rice cooked in woven coconut leaves.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures. They look so intricate.
They are, and they taste delicious, too. Then there's opor ayam, which is a creamy chicken curry made with coconut milk.
Oh, I love a good curry.
Then, of course, you can't forget rendang, that rich, spicy meat dish. It's slow cooked for hours, and the flavors are so intense.
It sounds incredible. So beyond the food, are there any unique local customs that we should be aware of in Bali?
Yeah, Bali has its own special flavor, of course. One thing you might see is takbiran the night before Eid.
What's that?
It's the recitation of praises to God, often done in groups. You'll also hear people saying, Mohon maaf lahir dan batin, which is a beautiful way of asking for forgiveness from the heart.
That's lovely.
And there's Zakat al-Fitr, which is a charitable donation given before Eid prayers. It's a way of ensuring that everyone can participate in the celebrations. You know, everyone will be dressed in their finest clothes, visiting family and friends, exchanging gifts. If you're lucky enough to receive an invitation to share a meal, absolutely take it. It's a wonderful way to experience the true spirit of Eid.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Grand Mosque of Bali, Masjid Raya Denpasar, is kind of a central point for the celebrations. And you might find some hotels and restaurants offering special Lebaran packages and menus.
Oh, that's cool. So we've talked about Eid al-Fitr. Now let's move on to Eid al-Adha. It's expected around June 7th, 2025, and is also known as Hari Raya Haji. Tell us about the significance of this celebration.
Sure. Eid al-Adha commemorates Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God.
A powerful story.
It is. It's also a celebration of the culmination of the Hajj pilgrimage, which is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. And the central ritual of Eid al-Adha is the animal sacrifice called Qurbani.
Right.
Usually sheep or goats, but sometimes cows or camels. This act symbolizes devotion and submission to God's will.
Okay, so they sacrifice the animal, and then what happens?
The meat is divided into 3 parts. One for the family, one for relatives and friends, and one for the poor and needy. It's a beautiful act of sharing and caring for the community.
So are there morning prayers for Eid al-Adha as well?
Yes, definitely. There are congregational prayers and sermons, just like Eid al-Fitr, but the focus is a little different.
In what way?
Well, Eid al-Fitr is all about the joy of breaking the fast.
Makes sense.
Eid al-Adha is more solemn, focusing on the themes of sacrifice, obedience, and compassion.
So what are the best ways for visitors to experience Eid al-Adha in Bali?
You can respectfully observe the Eid prayers at mosques. Just remember to dress modestly and be mindful of the solemn atmosphere. Now, the Qurbani ritual itself is a very significant and sometimes emotional experience for Muslims,
Yeah.
and it's important to observe it with respect and sensitivity. You might also find that some hotels and restaurants offer special menus featuring dishes made with the sacrificed meat.
So we've talked about the specifics of the two Eids, but, Bali has this reputation for religious tolerance and harmony. It's built into their philosophy of Trihita Karana, which emphasizes living in harmony with God, people, and nature. How does this play out, practically during these celebrations?
Well, this philosophy really permeates Balinese culture.
Right.
It fosters a climate of respect for all faiths and their practices. What this means for visitors is that it's really important to be mindful of local customs. Dress modestly, especially when visiting mosques. Be quiet and respectful during prayer times.
Okay.
And if you happen to be visiting during Ramadan, which leads up to Eid al-Fitr, be considerate of those who are fasting. You'll find that mosques and halal food options are becoming increasingly common throughout Bali.
That's good to hear.
But especially for Eid al-Fitr, with all the travel happening, it's absolutely essential to book your flights and accommodations well in
This
advance.
is like good advice.
And for Muslim travelers specifically, you might want to look into Muslim-friendly accommodations. You'll find options catering to your needs, like prayer facilities and halal food.
So if you're thinking about experiencing Eid in Bali, it sounds like a truly unique opportunity to witness cultural and religious diversity in action.
I think so, yeah. It's inspiring to see these different communities coexisting so peacefully and respectfully. By observing these celebrations with an open mind, you can gain such a deeper understanding, not just of Islamic culture, but also of Bali's own unique approach to interfaith harmony.
That's a beautiful thought. And, it really makes you think about how experiencing celebrations different from our own can broaden our perspectives and help us connect with those universal values of community and shared humanity that, we all hold dear.
It's definitely food for thought.
It is. Thanks for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. It's been a really fascinating deep dive.
My pleasure.